So class, let me continue in our discussion of the American and Japanese occupation. So this time, this is the continuation. So let's talk about the Japanese occupation. So it was in December 8, 1941 that the Japanese forces attacked Hawaii, which of course known as the bombing of the Pearl Harbor. So after that attack, the United States of America declared war against Japan. So in that declaration, since the American military bases that time was in the Philippines, so therefore the Japanese forces attacked our country in December 9, 1941. So it was 10 hours after the bombing of Pearl Harbor in Hawaii. So in December 22, 1941, the Japanese forces landed in Luzon. And because of that, Douglas MacArthur, to prevent more destruction in Manila, so MacArthur declared Manila as an open city December 25, 1941. And what happened after that? In January 2, 1942, the country, Philippines, Manila, Visayas, and Mindanao were heavily occupied by the Japanese forces. So they take control of air, land, and water. So because of the presence of the Japanese forces in our country, then in January 3, 1942, General Homa issued a proclamation announcing the end of the American occupation. So, what had happened in February 20, 1942, Manuel L. Quezon escaped, left Malacanang, and he went to America. Then in March 11, 1942, Douglas MacArthur also escaped. So he went to Australia, but of course with his famous statement, I shall return, because he actually waiting for the reinforcement. So with that, our country was already in control by the Japanese forces, military forces. And with that, Japanese forces, okay, under the leadership of Homa, okay, and Morosawa, declared martial law in our country. And where there were 13 rules under this martial law. Okay? And for you to read as far as our materials is concerned. No? So I will not enumerate all of them. Then, of course, under the Japanese occupation, there was also this Mickey Mouse money circulated. Now, after MacArthur left in March 11, then the next thing that happened, Bataan fall to the Japanese. April 9, 1942. So that's why we have this so-called Araw ng Kagitingan, April 9, because that April 9 was the day when Bataan fall to the Japanese forces. And of course, after the Bataan fall, it was followed by the so-called Death March, okay, where the Filipino soldier together with the American soldier, okay, walk, okay, for about 105 kilometers from Bataan to Pampanga. And this march, why it was called Death March? Because there are around 17,000 died. And of course, during the Japanese occupation, there were also the so-called comfort women. Okay, now, so with that, okay, so our country, okay, as heavily occupied by the Japanese forces, then Japanese government established a Japanese military administration in our country in 1942. Now, their intention was, of course, not against the Filipinos, but against the Americans. So in order to get the sympathy of the Filipinos, then the Japanese military administration sponsored a government. So therefore, in December of 1942, they established the so-called Kalibapi, Kapisanan sa Paglilingkod ng Bagong Pilipinas. And in this Kalibapi, they aim to bring about the rapid reconstruction of our country and rehabilitation of the Filipino people, and to organize a new government structure in the Philippines under the administration and supervision of the Japanese military administration. Now, in June 18, 1943, so Kalibapi members appointed a committee to nominate members of the Preparatory Commission for Philippine Independence. So in June 19, 1943, so Kalibapi, only political party at the time, okay, held a convention and elected 20 members of this Preparatory Commission for Philippine Independence, or PCPI. And of course, they were also working for a new constitution. So in September 4, 1943, Constitution was brought to the public. And in September 7, 1943, it was then the ratification of the Japanese-sponsored Constitution. So therefore, what happened to the 1935 Constitution? So during the Japanese occupation, the 1935 Constitution was abolished in order to create a new constitution, which is the 1943 Constitution. Therefore, what happened to the first Philippine Republic, which was established in 1945, or sorry, 1935 rather, then it was changed. So here comes the second Philippine Republic under the Japanese regime. Therefore, a new government was established. So there was new republic, the Second Philippine Republic, under the leadership of Jose P. Laurel, with two vice presidents, Benigno Aquino Sr. and Ramon Anencina. Now, in that government, as we all know, it was also called puppet government with the puppet president. Then President Laurel faced so many pressure and problems because of the war and the Japanese occupation. So shortage of food, clothing, oil, and other necessities. While the government sponsored by the Japanese continued and the occupation of the Japanese forces, the Filipino guerrillas, okay, did not actually surrender totally. So there were Filipinos continued their resistance to the Japanese forces. And they were known as Hukbong Bayan laban sa mga Hapon, or in short, Hukbalahap. So continuously, okay, put up resistance to the Japanese forces until such time that General Douglas MacArthur returned in our country in October 20, 1944. Douglas MacArthur landed in Palo Leyte together with Sergio Osmeña Sr. And with that, the Commonwealth government was restored under the leadership of Sergio Osmeña Sr. as its president, because Manuel L. Quezon died in August 1, 1944 in USA. So therefore, there were two governments then. The Japanese-sponsored government under the leadership of Jose P. Laurel, and of course, the Commonwealth government, since it was restored under the leadership of Sergio Osmeña Sr. Then, a year after that, okay, after the Leyte landing, of course, the Talisay landing in Cebu in January 1945, and of course, it was the liberation of our country from the Japanese occupation. Then, in July 1945, General MacArthur took over the Philippines from the Japanese. And in August 6 and 9, 1945, respectively, U.S. government bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, using atomic bomb. Okay, so nuclear weapon of mass destruction. So because of that, in August 15, 1945, then Japanese government surrendered to the Americans. So it was the end of the war in the Pacific, of which in September 1945, the peace treaty was signed between the Allied forces headed by Douglas MacArthur and, of course, the representative of the different countries and the representative of the Emperor of Japan. So therefore, Japanese occupation, okay, started in 1941 and it ends in 1945. So because of that, the Japanese-sponsored government was abolished, okay, and then together with the 1943 Constitution. And what happened to President Jose P. Laurel? So he was exiled in Japan. So because of that, the Commonwealth government, okay, and that first Philippine Republic was totally restored, again under the leadership of President Sergio Osmeña. And of course, the 1935 Constitution also was fully restored at the same time. So here comes the preparation of our country's independence. So April 23, 1946, what happened? Of course, the presidential election for the last Commonwealth president. And in that election, Manuel Rojas, okay, ran for president against Sergio Osmeña Sr. And Manuel Rojas won the election and became the last president of the Commonwealth, together with President Elpidio Quirino. So Elpidio became the vice president of Manuel Rojas. And of course, in July 4, 1946, it was then the day where the declaration of our independence happened in Lunita, where Paul MacNutt declared or reads the declaration in behalf of the United States of America that Philippines then given its freedom and independence from United States of America. So with that, the Philippines, our country, became a totally independent country and state, and it was the beginning of the Third Philippine Republic, or otherwise known as the Independent Philippine Republic, under its president, Manuel Rojas. So Manuel Rojas became the last president of the Commonwealth and the first president of the Independent Republic of the Philippines. So therefore, if we will be talking about Philippine independence, the first one was June 12, 1898, as declared by Emilio Aguinaldo. The celebration happened only in 2 years, no, in 1898 and 1899. So in 1900 up to 1945, there was no celebration of Philippine independence because of the American and the Japanese occupation. So the next celebration of Philippine independence was in 1946, but not June 12, but it was July 4. And every year after our Independence Day, okay, is July 4, 1946 until 1961. And it was changed again in 1962. So that's the historical events happened during the Japanese occupation, the end of the Commonwealth government, and of course the beginning of the Third Philippine Republic and Independent Philippine Republic. So that's it for the American and the Japanese occupation. Thank you very much.